Another one bites the dust. In the ever-evolving door of the gacha space, new games come in, old games go out, and well, in this case, a new game is going out. Tribe 9 is EOSing. End of service announcement, guys, over on the Twitter. We're going to take a little look at this. We're going to have a look over at the website as well. We're going to have a look at the gacha revenue, of course. We know it's not absolutely correct, but there's telling stories there as well. The game had a bit of a rocky launch in regards to some of the practices with the gacha, issues just around in-game rewards and stuff as well. They had to rework a lot of things like that. But personally, I played a little bit of the game. I'm not going to lie, I didn't play much. I only played an hour or two, maybe. It was just sandwiched in the middle of a bunch of other stuff happening around Wuthering Waves major updates and just other games doing big things that I just never really went back to the game. And it looks like many others didn't either as well. But this was a game, what I did play, it did a lot of good, so sad to see again, but you know, this is the gacha space, guys. This is why you should always be careful in what you're spending on these titles, because they do come and go. Less than a year this has been now. Well, it's been less than, what, 6 months since the game launched that we're getting the EOS announcement, and it's going to be ending service within less than a year of release. But let's have a little look at the post over on the Twitter, and we'll have a look at the website as well to see if there's anything going on. And then, as I say, we'll look at the gacha revenue because I think it tells a story, right? This is on Twitter. Important end of service announcement. Thank you for your continued support of Tribe 9. Regret to inform you that the service of Tribe 9 will be terminated on November 27th, 2025. So, service is going to end on November 7th. The game came out on the 20th of February, so not even a year in, and this game will be gone, which is just crazy. Like I say, 6 months after launch as well, announcing end of service is rough as hell. Since the game's launch, the development and operations teams have strived to provide excellent service and improve player experience. However, after careful consideration, we have made the difficult decision to end the game's service. Unfortunately, this also means we are unable to deliver Chapter 4 of the story, which we had previously announced. We apologise for the sudden nature of this announcement to all our players. Information regarding the service termination, schedule, and any related procedures will be made through in-game notices and on the official website. And then obviously we've got a link to the website as well. And then they've got a follow-up tweet here as well saying, let's pop that out. Regarding end of service inquiries, Tribe 9 is developed, including story scenario development and operated by Akatsuki Games. And if you have any questions or concerns about the service termination, please direct all inquiries to Akatsuki Games Tribe 9 support. They're basically saying, look, don't come at us with the smoke, please go to them, because I'm sure some people will. Please note that we are unable to process inquiries regarding other related companies or individuals. We thank you for your understanding, because I'm sure they'll probably be getting bombarded with messages about what's going on with my money, bro. I want my money back, bro, because obviously there's going to be a lot of those people. This is why you should always be wary about what you're spending in these games, and always accept it as it's kind of burning your money in a sense. I spend on some gacha games, but you know, you've got to look at it as look, this might go up in smoke in no time. You know, there's lots of games in this space. It's an incredibly cutthroat genre this is now, guys. And look, we're seeing things like Silver Palace coming out, Enfield. The bar keeps getting risen in this genre now. It's not just a little rinky-dink space with JPEG images on mobile. You know, we're talking AAA quality stuff now. And again, for me, Tribe 9, what I did play of it, it was a nice little game. So this is a shame, and obviously everybody who's involved, it sucks for players who obviously have been enjoying the game, because I do know some of my viewers actually do really like this game. So this is a shame. This is a shame. It's never great to see a game go down, right? It is never great to see our game go down. But let's have a look at the revenue, and then we'll go over to the website and see what more they've got to say. But, like, obviously, take it with a grain of salt. We all know the deal with the revenue. There's no point going over it again. But if we look at the revenue here for global, for March, 600k. And then for April, 100,000. Now, again, obviously the numbers, we don't know what they are exactly. But this doesn't look great, right? This doesn't look great in the grand scheme of things. This is probably barely enough to keep the lights on. Well, it's evident that it's not enough to keep the lights on even, because the game's not going to continue. The game did go down for maintenance. Again, like I say, I'm sure the developers and the people on this side of things were probably surprised by this, because they were still posting, you know, upcoming characters, upcoming game updates and all that sort of stuff. And then obviously now this, you know, the game went down for maintenance, and then just after maintenance, they announced that, yeah, the game's going into permanent maintenance and never coming back. So it really does suck. But yeah, again, when you see these sort of numbers, you know, even if these are a way off, it's not a good look, right? It's not a good look at all. So yeah, the game just didn't manage to cut it. It didn't resonate with enough people, I guess. And this is a Japanese gacha as well, isn't it? I just don't think they've seemed to have, like, you know, caught up with CN and other spaces, specifically CN, really, in regards to gacha. Let me just zoom in for you guys here so you can actually read along if you want to. This is over on the website as well then. So the important cancelled update and end of service announcement. Thank you for continuing to play Tribe 9. We regret to inform you that the service for Tribe 9 will be terminated on the 11th, the 27th of the 11th, 2025. So the 27th of November. Since the game's launch, the development and operation teams have strived to provide excellent service and improve player experience. However, after careful consideration, blah, 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 we just read this. And then on, obviously, about the Chapter 4 information regarding that, yeah. Regarding future updates and new content, as of the 14th of, well, yesterday, all scheduled updates and new content releases have been cancelled. Nothing more is coming to the game. Additionally, new features, adjustments, and known issue fixes previously announced via in-game notices will not be implemented. Now, when it comes to this, I wonder why then this is going to run till November now. What's the point? I'm hoping that that means that all the... Okay, let's have a look at this here. I want to get to this because we'll have a look at this regarding unreleased characters as well. Because I'm thinking, if the game's going to be on till November, everything's being cancelled, patches, all that sort of stuff, because obviously they can't afford to keep doing that because that costs money, then are we going to still be able to buy stuff? I would imagine not. So why not just, like, I guess pull the plug, I suppose. But I don't know what the regulations are around that sort of stuff. So as of the 14th of this month, paid Enigma entities and daily passes will no longer be sold. Enigma entities will continue to be available for use even after... Okay, so I suppose it's allowing people who have spent money to use the stuff they've got, I guess, really, right? And maybe burn all the pulls and hopefully try and get some characters that are already in the game just to, guess, complete their experience if they want. But after this, are you really going to continue playing? You know, you're not going to get a culmination of the story, so why bother pushing through that? There's no reason to, is there really? We hope you will continue to enjoy Tribe 9 despite the short period of time before service ends. That's so what? Guys, by the way, game's going to be gone in a few months. But hey, have fun while it lasts. Yeah, man, this sucks. This really sucks. So let's have a look at this here. Regarding unreleased characters, with the termination of service, the addition of Ichinosuke Akiba and Saizu Akiba to the game, which were originally scheduled on the roadmap, will also be cancelled. Oh, damn. Due to this change, the consumption of paid Enigma entities used to unlock ARM support and advanced support, as well as to purchase contract levels for support contract Revenio, where Saizu Akiba's skin will be acquired, will be refunded. Refunds for paid Enigma entities will commence after support contract. Okay, so people who've recently paid for stuff that was supposed to be dropping are going to get their money back. So that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, game's gone. It will be finalized in a few months. Again, I guess they're just going to, I suppose that grace period's to allow people to spend the things they've bought in the game and maybe to wrap up the content that's there. As I say, when it comes to the story, why would you? Because you're not going to be able to, you know, get the satisfaction of ever finishing it. Now, the gacha games, this can go on for years, so you might never ever get the satisfaction of finishing the story unless you're willing to continue playing for years on end. So, yeah, it sucks. Again, this is the space, right, guys? You know, as I say, the revolving door continues. You know, you've got NTE, Ananta, Silver Palace coming in, and you've got Tribe 9 going out. As I say, it's usually out with the old and in with the new. But again, this is kind of out with the new here, isn't it? So, yeah, sad to see. But I guess it's just not enough people were bothered about the game, right? Because as I say myself, I like the game, but I kind of forgot about it. I'm not going to lie. I've been playing a lot of Arknights, Wuthering Waves, Zenless Zone Zero. You know, I've just got other games in this space that I want to play. Ethereum Restart's dropping soon as well. I've been absolutely having a blast with the beta. I wouldn't have been going back to this unless I was in a massive drought of content. And even still, there would have been probably games before that up on the list that I would have gone to play instead, such as things like Limbus Company, Reverse 1999, which I tend to hop into now and again, and just other games in general. So yeah, I should imagine a lot of people were thinking the same. But I guess to all the people who have been enjoying the game. You know what? My condolences, because obviously it sucks, right? It sucks to enjoy a game and play a game and for it to be snatched from under your feet, I guess. Oh, is this on Steam as well, this game? It is, right. Let me just, sorry there. Let me just check Steam charts for Tribe 9. Sorry, I had Talk Sport on then. Okay. Let me reject all these. Okay, so it peaked at 9,609 and there's about 519 people playing as an hour ago and an 824-hour peak, which again, not really great, is it, when you think about it? So it's I was trying to change it to, can we look at the launch date here? Whatever, anyway, it's not a big deal. We can see it's not been doing well, right? It's not been doing well. So yeah, guys, Tribe 9 is no more, end of service, and that is gonna happen on the 27th, sorry, of November this year. So I guess if you want to wrap up some stuff in the game, now's the time to do it, because you're not gonna have much longer to do so. And yeah, it's gone. End of service. Another one bites the dust, as they say. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Sucks to see, I guess, but it's just the space, right? It's just the space. This is why you should always be careful about what you spend your money on. If you did enjoy the video, guys, give it a like. If you found it informative, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one, guys. Ta-ra.